Beautiful people of YouTube, this is Renebean. Welcome to another episode of Life of a Game Hunter / Collector. This series I started up so I can give you guys a tidbit of what it's like to be a game hunter / collector, the shit you deal with all the damn time. I came in here yesterday and I noticed that my door would not open all the way, obviously because of all this stuff that I need to put up. But there was an avalanche, guys. A whole tower of stuff fell. You know they're doing construction next door. Good reasoning for it. Most likely that's why it happened. Maybe shook the house a little bit. It happens when you have so much crazy stuff in your game room. It's inevitable. So I got to clean all this up. Oh man, it's everywhere. What are we going to get done today? Well, we're going to finish that TurboGrafx mod. We got these bags here, which I don't know what's in there. Wii, Dreamcast. Test some of this stuff, get it sold, see what we can do with that. It's going to be a whole bunch of stuff to do. So anyways, guys, let's get to work. Guys, I straightened up a little bit. I fixed the tower that fell over, and again, I didn't put any of this stuff up. I promise you, it's either going to be the next episode or the episode after that. I will sit down and that corner will be completely cleaned out, like I normally do. I put it off so long, and I figured out exactly what caused all this. I completely forgot about it, but my wife did say that she had to let the cat out of here because apparently she locked her in the whole night. And she is most likely the culprit of that stuff falling. That stuff could fall easily. That's why I don't let kids, animals, people of ill intent into my game room. Just things can happen. When you got this much stuff in a room, there's just no easy way to put things unless you had a bigger room to, you know, put things more spread out. But I couldn't do that, so I was stuck with crazy Tetris-like stacks. So anyways, this is cleaned up. We got too much stuff to do. I want to get out in that shop and get some of this work done. If you saw my eBay Macari unboxing, you saw that I got this. A TurboGrafx Express. I paid $230 for this in box with a TV tuner. It doesn't work. It's defective. It was advertised as good. Pissed me off, but what can you do? I did a little bit more investigation and realized for $230 in box with the TV tuner defective, that's still a good deal. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here, guys. I'm going to try to fix this bad boy, but not today because I don't have the caps to do it. So I got a kit that was like $10 for the kit. I probably had all the capacitors, but it's just an ease of use sort of thing. So expect to see that in the next episode. Oh, I really hope I can get that thing fixed. If not, I'm not going to lose any money because I still can get that money back. So anyways, guys, let's go out in this shop. Let's make some money. Alright guys, so we're here in the shop. We are going to finish this TurboGrafx mod, and I'm sorry, but they got that construction in full swing over there. But you know what? We're doing some construction of our own in here, but you're going to have to hear that. If you remember, we did the AV out mod. Let's make sure it's still working like it should. Like overnight, some gnomes didn't come out and mess with any of my solder joints, but we should be alright. Still working great. So now all we got to do, let's go ahead and take these plugs out. I had to go out and buy a Dremel, and now it's not a Dremel. A Dremel is the brand of the unit. It's like saying, like, let me get a Kleenex. That is the brand of whatever it is. It's just a rotary tool, if you do not know. Little stones, little discs used to cut things out with, and that's what we're going to use today. And I ended up, now if I wanted to, I could pay that Dremel price and get one for, I don't know how much Dremels are going for, 40, 50 bucks. I'm cheap. I got the same thing for like $12. So anyways, this thing was on sale. Let's crack it open. This is the tool itself. Big and beefy, but we need it to be big and beefy. Is that cooled down enough? I accidentally, when I turned on my shop light, my soldering iron was still plugged in like a dummy, and that heated up, so I had to put that off to the side. And let's go. I've never done this type of thing. Understand it. I'm completely shocked in myself that we got the thing to actually work. But I've never done actual mod work to the case. Because keep in mind, we're cutting into this TurboGrafx console. I understand the gist, and I have used these tools before, but I've never done what you're about to see. So anyways, let's pull this off to the side and see what we got to get out. And I got to figure out how I'm going to cut this thing out. This is what we're cutting out right here. So this has to come out, and we want it to look good. So let's go ahead. I'm wondering if I should use... I don't know how well a stone is going to ream it out. I probably should have asked some of my mod buddies before I attempted this, or if I should cut. Because I don't want it to look dumb as hell. All right, we're gonna try to cut it out with it's like a little mini chop saw disc basically. Let me get out the actual holder for it, which is right there. I can't remember what these things are called. Colette is the size of it, and the arbor maybe. I can't remember. So that's that. Are these things different grit, or it's just all the same? I don't imagine they'll be different. And I think I'm going to cut down, but not sideways, because I don't want an X in the side. I'm going to cut down and then cut in the middle. Actually, let me think about this. You know what? Let's try it with a stone. A stone's going to be the less chance. It might be slower, but I can see it being a little less damaging, possibly. All right, let's see. Let's try it out. Go ahead and unwrap this beast. Hopefully, this thing works. Go ahead and plug this bad boy up. Let's see here. Oh yeah, she sounds like a dentist tool. Let's go ahead and insert our bit, which, how does this one, does it pull out, or, okay, it's just a twist. And that locks it. There we go. Slide you in, give us a little bit of wiggle room. Alright, speed. Okay, turn it down. How easy is that going to be, though? Oh, that's going to work. Yeah, that's going to be definitely the way we're going to do it, because that's just eating right into it. So now we got to actually measure, or kind of see how it's going to sit, and then I'm going to mark it, and then hopefully we're going to do all right. So let's see, I'm always confused about the orientation of this thing. This goes here on this side. Now I'm going to have to, let's see, trying to get an idea of exactly how and where I'm going to cut this thing. Side's gonna have to come off. I want it to be about as tight as I can get it, but I don't want it to be too terrible. So about right there. And then that's probably, I don't know how deep that's gonna have to go. It's gonna have to go all the way down to the bottom. I think this line across, all the way across there, is gonna be the spot. So let's go ahead and get reaming. Wish me luck. Now, I will say I really should be using damn safety goggles, as much stuff is flying. I don't have any on hand. When I did my last weeding job, I had to borrow some from somebody. I'll just, not the safest thing to do. We don't have too much to do. I'm just going to do the dumb thing and keep on. If you're doing something like this, use safety goggles. Now it's going to fit, and that's going to work. I'm going to have to ream out a little bit more. One thing I am noticing, however, that's going to be a problem is this bundle of wires is catching right here. And I don't think... I don't know how I could fit that in there if it can hug that corner that tight. I may have to get rid of one of these zip ties right here. How tight in that is that really going to be? Super tight. Okay, it will work. I got to finish this out, and then that, because that's going to be officially set. How much more I'm going to need here? It just needs to go on both sides. It needs to be reamed out a little bit more, and it should be good. That's just about right. Just a little bit more. And I keep saying that, but at the same time, you don't want to take too much because then it just won't look right. It's a gradual thing. Alright, let's see if she's going to fit the way we need it. Oh yeah, it's going to be clear on its sides, so we can start smoothing this thing out and making it look a little bit better. I'm not a professional at this. I'm sure people are looking at this like, man, you could have done that better. I'm sure I could have. But this is my first time, so let's go ahead and take this bit out and start sanding it down, making it just nice and smooth. Does that tighten it up? Oh, I'm an idiot. Ah. I've used this tool, but obviously not enough. Looking pretty good. Better than I thought it was going to be. Not too terrible. Yeah, I'm actually happy with those results. That's better than I thought I was going to do. Let's go ahead, let me clear this off without getting it all over myself. And I may have to modify the top part. I don't know yet. I got to put it together and see. So let's go ahead and seat this guy. I need to blow it out. A little bit of air. Alright, let's try seating this bad boy. Now if you'll see here on the side, the way that is, I don't know if I should ream the whole thing, because if you ream out the whole thing of it, you're going to see a lot of those solder connections. It'll be a little ugly. What I think I'm going to do is just get rid of that one clip right there and then call it quits. I'm not even going to ream this out and flush that out, because you'll see a lot of those soldering joints. And, you know, you just don't want that stuff exposed. So let's go ahead and get rid of that one notch and then put this bad boy back together. I might even be able to knock it all out with just this sander here. Well, as well as that sander did, I should have used that the entire time. These stones, they kind of made it difficult. But again, people, I don't do this every day. I'm still learning. It's a learning process. with how easy that went, let me see how it would look. I might flush it out a little bit, just to kind of give it a more, I don't know, kind of should have been there look to it. I wish I would have mounted the AVs out just a little bit more, but they're still accessible. So there you have it, guys. That is my attempt at bodywork, which is not terrible. I've seen botched jobs a lot worse. I could have tightened it up a little bit better, maybe measured it a little bit better. But I'm happy with that. That is actually pretty damn cool. So let's go ahead and put this thing back together and give it the final test. Alright guys, I'm not sure how much got cut off until I go in there and actually edit this video, because I got that sucky phone that only records like an hour's worth of footage. But anyways, I got this thing put back together, and the final results. Check this thing out. Not the prettiest job, I have seen better. For my first time actually cutting into a console, it's not that bad. I was able to pull out the AV ports just a little bit, and we're gonna test it out and see, was this mod actually worth it? Like, is it gonna work now like it should? Let's find out. I hope it does. I hope I didn't jar anything loose. Let's go ahead and plug this bad boy up. Well, that construction out there is in full swing, but we did our own construction here today. Alright, let's see here. It is just so neat to be able to plug this into the side of a TurboGrafx, because, you know, where you would have your RF out, we got AVs. So let's go ahead and plug this up. Alright, let's see. We got it plugged up over there, or is the TV on? We're on video 2. Are you ready, guys? Moment of truth. Haha! Check it out. That is so cool. So this mod is done. I am very proud of it. This is something that I've never done, and I'm getting more into modding, because, you know, obviously it's not something that I do a lot of, and I'm sure people will say, you know, you didn't do the greatest job on that, or, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Just understand one thing. I am in no way, shape, or form a pro at this. This is all, like I always say, it's a learning experience, not only for you, but for me as well. My confidence level is a lot higher now that I actually did that. This thing will be up for sale. I know a lot of people already asked about it. If you're one of those people, just send me a message on Instagram, and I'll have this. I'll probably do the sale either privately or through Macari. I might list it as is on Macari, because I think I got rid of the controller. And I'm using a Sega Genesis model, Model 1 power cord, or Master System power cord. That seems to work. That's what people have suggested, and it does work. You don't want to use the wrong one. Polarity can be backwards, could hurt the unit, pop that fuse, and you don't want that. So anyways, guys, let's move on, and let's get some other work done here. God, I'm just happy that actually turned out to be something. That is very cool. I've never done anything like that, and it turned out to be a success. So look at that. Very cool. Alright, so next thing up, I got this I got this lot, and when I was going through it, you'll see it in the Sunday videos coming up. This is one of the games, and I was like, what the heck is this? Let me go ahead and fix the camera down. Kind of zoom in here. And he had this right here, and I was like, what is this? He's like, oh, that's Battletoads. I was like, well, what's Battletoads? He's like, oh, it's some sports game. I don't know what he was attempting to do here. Change this over to this. What? I have no idea what's going on here. The label seems like a re-glue, like he peeled the label and tried to put it on a better cart. Like, this label's trashed. I don't even think I can really repair much of that. But I do want to take this out, because that just looks terrible. So let's open this up here. And this is allegedly Battletoads. Pins are going to need a cleaning, and my Bright Boy is inside. Oh, this thing had like roaches in it. Oh, it's always good. So let's go ahead and take this apart here. That's going to need my fat head on there, which is somewhere. Just not where it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, it is. I'm just blind. Alright. Alright, so I don't know what this is, but it's not Battletoads. Allegedly, it's a sports game. Sports game with a save battery. I don't know what that could be. It could be like saving rosters or something. That'd be interesting to see what this game actually is. And something else. But let's go ahead and replace this here. And like I said, I don't think I can really do much to help that. That just looks all messed up. I don't even know if that's a real label. It looks like it, but I have no idea. Why is it like that on the top? I don't even know how I'd sell that. But if it is bad, damn, I don't even have a Sega Genesis hooked up to test this thing. Believe it or not, actually we can. Let's do this right here. I didn't think we would, but let's go ahead and get a Sega bundle going on. Because I got the Model 1 cord right here, and I look behind me and I got a Model 1 Genesis. So there's that. I don't know if this thing works at all. Hopefully it does. It'll make this experiment a lot easier. Alright, there's that. Let me get the, yep, it's got the power light, so that's a good sign. Let me find the AV cord for it, and we should be in business. Well, I think it's the fat one that it needs. Yep. Alright, so there's that. Let's go ahead and angle this TV up here. Let's try this bad boy out. Hopefully it works. I don't know if this Genesis works at all, honestly. I don't even know where I got it. But we got it, so we're going to test it. Alright. I see a TV flicker. That's a good sign right there. Let's see if it'll play a game. Doesn't look too terrible on the inside. These pins are pretty damn dirty though, and I left my Bright Boy inside, so we're going to have to use the classic rubbing alcohol, which should suffice. And we'll actually clean it officially before anything's ever sold, like I always do. But this will hopefully give us the spark we need to see what these games are. And hopefully see if this Genesis will work. What in the world? How did he have this cartridge? What is this cartridge? It's all cut out on the sides. Oh. Nothing. Let's try that copy of Battletoads. Oh, I never even cleaned Battletoads. I don't think. So let me go ahead and clean it real quick. We're getting TV signal because it flickers. That's one thing I always tell you guys. If you plug something up and the screen flickers, you're at least getting some sort of signal out, just to rule out possibilities of a problem. There we go. So we got something coming up. Do I got a Genesis controller on hand nearby? Close. I got one right here. And the game is not loading. It tried to, but it didn't. So let's give it another clean. God, I wish I had that Bright Boy in here. It would just done it in one fatal swoop. Alright, let's see here. Alright, are you going to load up? There we go. Now we're loading. How we got the angle of the thing here? Yeah, we're almost there. There, it's Battletoads, all right. Sweet. See how well this Genesis performs here. Turn that down. A Genesis, man, such an underrated console. It's not really underrated. It had a humongous praise. It's just not as sought after as Nintendo stuff, man, which is understandable, but I love the Genesis. Cheaper to collect for, and there are some amazing titles. This is just going to make everything easy. I'll just go ahead and list this thing, too. Alright, is this controller? Yeah, controller's working. It's not, the controller's not that responsive. You see how I'm pressing the button? I really have to mash the hell out of the button for it to work. That's usually an easy fix. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick, assuming this ain't too rusted out. Actually, we can just move that back a little bit. This shouldn't take too long. Go ahead and get us a fine bit screwdriver. Angle this down so you can see what we're doing. Go ahead and crack it on. We'll show you how quick it is or how easy it is to fix a non-responsive controller like this. Go ahead and pop this bad boy open. Get us a Q-tip and some alcohol ready, because that's really about all it's going to take. Unravel you. We'll try to be careful so I don't pull out the buttons, just kind of leave them in place. D-pad stuck to it. Alright. Oh yeah, you can see just how dirty these are right here. Should be able to clean them right up. They get dirty like this from years of enjoyment, so it's not a bad thing to see. It just means they really got their use out of them, but we're going to make them work like new. You can see all that black on my Q-tip right there. We're also going to clean the spots, the actual contacts themselves, from the buttons, because those will be equally as dirty. Go ahead and put this back in. And we're done. So hopefully this is the fix, but we're going to find out. Sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. Alright, let's turn this back on. Let's see if this controller is doing a lot better. See how responsive these buttons are now. Directionals. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh. So that's working. That's done. You can see the buttons are responsive, which is what you want. So anyways, let's unplug that. What is that sports game? I'm still curious. See if we can't blow it out and try it again. There it goes. See what it is. Be something crazy. Sega Sport. Well, we got us a high dollar item here. Alright. Nothing crazy. I will keep that just because it's kind of funny. Good little story. I don't even know what casing that was from. But this, I will sell. I might bundle with that Sega Genesis just to make it a little more appealing. And since I had the Master System cord or the Model 2 power pack, that's good to go. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up and we're going to test that Dreamcast I told you about. So let's go ahead and get that done. Alright guys, so I got this thing all set up, ready to go. All we gotta do is plug it up and see if she'll do what we want her to. I don't know where I got this one. I got it at the flea market. Had a bunch of controllers. I remember it now. I think I paid like 40 bucks for a huge lot. Got to keep some games, some awesome controllers that were the translucent ones, and I got this. So hopefully this thing works with very little we have to do to it. Let's go ahead and plug this up. Does it power on? Well, it probably won't if the power's not plugged in. Yep, power's on. Let's go ahead and plug in the AV cord here. see what we got here. Give us some action. Well, how about that? That was weird. I'm unsure of this. Let's try that again. Never had a Dreamcast do that before. I don't know. Huh. Seems fine now. Maybe it just needed a little bit of juice just to get her going like it used to. So anyway, let's go ahead and clean this lens. Inside's pretty dirty. I like to clean the lens first. That way we can rule out options as we go. To do that, we'll just take a Q-tip and some alcohol. It doesn't take much, and be very careful. Make sure to dry it. And then give it a little bit of time before you mess with it. Gives you a little time to go in here with that Q-tip while it's still wet, and basically just give it a little wipe down pre-hand. Now this is a copy of Crazy Taxi that was with that lot, and it's pretty scratched up, so I'm not too sure if it's going to read this. If it reads this, it'll be great, but we're going to find out. I may have to go get a game that I know is not scratched and that can be read easily. It's spinning. I heard the beat. That's the good beat. Yeah, all right. Check that out. Right off the bat, this thing just needs a good cleaning and it's good to go. So I thought. Oh, I love the surprises of this show. You never know what's going to happen. So I didn't want to read that, and I got a strong feeling it's just because it's so scratched. I got a few games that I need to resurface, so what I'm going to do is resurface this one as well as a couple more. We'll cut back to this when it's done and see if it works. Alright guys, I got that disc resurfacing done, and as you can hear, that construction is like right beside us. I didn't go too crazy deep on this resurface just because I don't think I've ever done a Dreamcast game, so I don't know how easy they are to do or how much you actually need to remove. So we went light on it. Let's go ahead and try it out. Plug this bad boy back up. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video after this Dreamcast, see if it's actually going to work the way it should, and we'll call it done for the day, because we got a lot done. I was pretty happy with what we were able to get done today. Beeped again. It's acting like it's loading. There it goes. Did the resurface fix it? I hope so, because this is going to be a bundled game with it. That's what I'm talking about right there. That looks good. Will it fully load? This is a fun game if you've ever played Crazy Taxi. Looks like it's working just the way it should. This will give me time to test the controller, make sure it's good to go, and this will be up on Macari, and hopefully it'll go at some point. Let's go ahead and play this around here. I ain't played this in such a long time. Oh, I love the Dreamcast controller. A lot of people hate it, but I love it. Alright, we don't have to get crazy special. Boy, they're really right out beside us, aren't they? Oh, gotta remember the buttons. There we go. Well, I'm not going to remember exactly everything about this. Hop in. Then the music, the soundtrack, we better turn that down. We don't need no strikes or nothing. This is a fun game. This appears to be working very well. So anyways, guys, that's it with the beeping going on from the construction. I am going to go ahead and end it. I can't pay attention to this. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, guys. As always, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.